This fragrance is something that my grandma would wear, bro. Hello there. Welcome to episode 1 of Spritz or Ditch. So for the first fragrance that we're going to review on our brand new series is from the house of Goldfield Banks Australia. This is Velvet Splendour. So what does this fragrance smell like? So this fragrance opens up with a hint of citrus, just a tiny bit, alongside warm spices and patchouli. I've noticed something I was trying this fragrance out. As it transitions from the opening to dry down, you'll notice a velvet-like note in the background. It's not necessarily the main note, but it adds depth and richness to the composition. So what you get on the dry down or mids is very clean yellow florals, jasmine, leather, sandalwood, the backdrop, velvet note, and a touch of powderiness as well. Although the powderiness here isn't the typical makeup like scent or note you find in recent releases. Instead, it kinda smells like a powdery flower, a very soft, delicate, and airy one. So the main notes you'll notice or smell in this fragrance are the heavy hitters are jasmine, leather, sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver. In the mids, I recognize the fragrance composition like instantly. This is a modern take on old vintage clean jasmine sheep fragrances, similar to Chanel number 5. Well, I am not the biggest fan of Chanel number 5, but I surprisingly prefer Velvet Splendour over that fragrance. On the dry down of Velvet Splendour, it transitions into a sweet, velvety orange blossom kind of scent with earthy and woody facets. You'll also get Tonka Bean, obviously sandalwood and vetiver. Those two are responsible for giving it that airy, aromatic, earthy, and woody feeling into the whole DNA. And also, you'll get a tad bit of jasmine still. So, overall, I am not the biggest fan of this fragrance. It's a bit too vintage for my liking. However, the leather, vetiver, and sandalwood made it tolerable for me. Would like to add that this is very high quality. The leather and sandalwood here smells very premium and high quality. I've tried a lot of sandalwood fragrances already, but the sandalwood on this fragrance is just different. Also, I dislike how misleading the name is. I expected a velvet composition fragrance, not an old vintage jasmine shipra. This fragrance is something that my grandma would wear, bro. Like, bruh, this smells so old and vintage. I don't care if this is a modern take, but this still smells very old and vintage. Moving on, as for the performance, surprisingly it's good, especially from a sample. Around 7 to 8 hours on skin with average projection. If I could rate this out of 10, I would rate this on 6.5 out of 10. Without the leather, sandalwood, patchouli, this would be lower. As a matter of fact, I'd recommend you something better than this one. This local niche, BGC by Parfum Astra. This is miles ahead better than Velvet Splendour. I would rather own 20 bottles of this over this. Yes. Honestly, I don't see myself owning a bottle of this fragrance, so I'm ditching this fragrance. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. Yanlen out.